I feel like Bristol deserves, like, you know what I mean? It needs the attention. It needs to be cherished because there's people coming in, picking up things and then dipping off. Do you know what I mean?
So what do you think's missing from Bristol that would stop them dipping off?
I think platform, attention, do you know what I mean? Like PR, do you know what I mean? Somebody to really celebrate these people and really go outside and be like, yo, all of these people are really, really good at what they do, and someone to give them a platform to talk and actually delve into the personalities of these individuals, do you know what I mean? Because that's what we have, like everywhere else we've got young individuals who are kind of leading, like not narratives but leading their own narrative and talking, and they're getting seen and stuff like that, and there's community around it. Whereas here, because the young people stay here for only so long and they dip, there's no like long lasting connections where people really start to build something more tangible than themselves, you know.
This is the Wordlife show on Ujima Radio.
Mad. Right, big up everyone who's been locked in. I got Teddy Good in the building.
Yes.
You say it for me.
Yeah, I'm good, man. How are you?
Yeah, I'm real good, you know, real good. Thank you for being patient throughout the show. We had another special guest in who was talking about an incredible subject for a brain tumour charity and stuff like that.
That was beautiful.
Yeah.
That stuff was beautiful. Like everything. I'm so sad I can't go.
Yeah.
I can't make it, but it's such an amazing cause, and honestly, if I could be there, I'd be there in a heartbeat.
I appreciate it, but honestly, welcome to the show.
Appreciate you for having me here, man.
Well, it's an absolute pleasure, man. As usual, bangers all the way through.
Always.
But I just wanted to have a chat with the man because I know you got a lot of stuff going up and things going on and stuff like that. So, you know, what's going on? What's new?
Yeah, man, there's a lot going on at the moment. It's hard to kind of keep up, you know what I mean? I've kind of got to a point now where I realise I've got too much to do.
Welcome to my life.
I had to admit that to myself the other day. I was like, okay, I actually got too much to do now. So yeah, we got a lot of stuff going up. There's one thing actually I can't talk about that's going to get announced this weekend, which I've spoken to you a little bit.
Which is what you told me about. Yeah.
It's
actually big, you know.
It's a big one. It's a big one.
And I think it'd be incredible for you to do. I can't say too much, obviously, because you haven't announced it. Privy to the information. No. But honestly,
appreciate you.
More power. We need more people like yourself doing things like that. You know?
Yeah.
And I think it's incredible for the scene and for the next generations to be passing that the baton on, as they say, you know what I mean? So I think that's where it needs to be. And
big up.
And I think the people need most. Without saying what it is, I can't
say what it is.
So more power to you. And, you know, it'd be nice to do an announcement, but to be fair, with the nature of it, it's probably not something we could announce here anyway.
Yeah. I don't even know what to expect, but yeah, it's gonna be incredible. But apart from that, anyway, because we're teasing people.
It's like we're announcing an announcement. You see when people do that online?
We're teasing it. We're teasing
There's
it too much. There's an announcement coming.
And we're
announcing that right now. Nah, but
what am I turned into?
You're one of them now, man. You're one of them.
I always said I wouldn't be, but
you gotta check yourself.
That wasn't why I got you here.
Yeah, of course.
Let me show you that. Bruv, I got you in because one, you're an incredible musician, and two, you've been doing a lot of work with the local scene. Are you still down with 395 and all them?
I'm not involved with 395 anymore. I did bits with them, but right now I'm running my own thing.
Yeah. So what's new there?
Yeah. So right now I'm running. We got this thing called We Are Run. What we wanted to do is we wanted to bring, obviously, like in Bristol, for me, like a person of colour, I'm not from Bristol, so when I came here I was like trying to find out, and there's loads of good events for like the culture and everything like that, but in terms of like locking down like the promoters and stuff, it's like there's very few that are doing it. Like Bristol's got electronic music on lock, and it's got like all sorts of genres on lock. I'm not taking anything away from that, but like there's certain, like for me as a student, I couldn't find nothing, so we put this brand together called We Are Run, and you get a little bit of everything. We're doing a jazz thing, we're doing an Afrobeat thing, we're doing alternative hip-hop, we're doing poetry nights, we're doing an acoustic session thing, we got a little bit of everything for everybody.
It's going to be like very chilled but vibes.
It's going to be everything. It's going to be something for everybody. We're going to bring in all the genres. We're going to make sure everybody's represented and everybody feels that they're included.
Love that.
Yeah, doggy.
Where's that going to be?
That right now for this season, we're running this season, autumn and winter, we're running it straight out of the Exchange. It's going to be in the basement room. A lot of them are going to be going out there.
I like the Exchange, you know.
I got time for they got the engineers in there, they got the space, they got the padding, they got everything put together. It's good.
Yeah. When you say the padding, what do you mean?
The padding, you know, they got all the whole everything's put together.
Just everything's set out like
everything's good, you know what I mean?
I thought you meant like padded walls or something like that.
No, like all the bells and the whistles. Nah.
Name's Krazy. I'm used to padding.
Yeah, you're used to stray jackets jackets and all of that as well. Yeah, that's a different conversation.
Bro, that top's looking like a straight jacket.
This right now, I was cozy. I was just like, it's cold outside.
It's getting worse, isn't it, bro?
Do you know what I mean?
Really
So this is keeping my ears warm. It's keeping me together.
The headphones have got you covered.
Do you know what I mean? And I always looked at people with headphones over their hoodie, like, can you even hear anything? But this is crisp.
It works, isn't it?
Yeah, you got good gear in here.
Hey, big up everyone. Look, that is a really positive thing. I love the exchange. So and it's We Are Run,
We Are Run,
that starts when?
So we started with the first one, that was jazz. We did that on the 4th of September.
Oh, I missed the first one.
That was beautiful. Already. Yeah, we brought over a jazz musician from Hong Kong.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Switched up Hong Kong. Then we had like everybody was represented. It was beautiful. It was a fantastic night. Not to be missed. They're currently touring around the UK. So I think they just did Leeds. They're doing Brighton Jazz Festival at the end of the month as well.
Yeah.
Wicked band. And obviously we had.
Are they doing that with typical jazz instruments, or are they using like a bit of Japanese influence and stuff?
No. They're using the traditional ones, but they are good. They are so
I thought
good.
they might have just been coming with some extra like.
No. You think that, but no. The guy just had the skill. The guy had the skill. No. Honestly,
just some of the instruments they got, we just don't really get too strong.
Do you know what? I was actually in Manchester just recently, and they were doing the Mid Autumn Festival. It's actually Mid Autumn Festival in Vietnam right now. Shout out all the Vietnamese people right now celebrating. And we had went to the Chinese festival up north in Manchester, and they had the instruments and everything. I'll show you after this. But exactly what you're talking about. It was just mental.
Bro, I went to a festival. They was calling me Hippie Steve afterwards, bro.
Why for?
Bro, because I was in my element, man. I seen certain things like certain instruments and certain things like that. You know, I was like, I look at you, man.
Yeah.
Man, I nearly lived in a tent or a tree. So I nearly moved in there. But big up Aaron Boyce from Don't Flop on Lyric Lounge. But they seen Hippie Steve fully in effect, then, man.
Yeah.
Them things they bring out a different thing in you, innit? You know?
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, so we're doing that, and obviously, it's like I said, we had Kaleda Wild as well, shout out them, and Hector Who Lived as well. Everybody smashed it, all of them on a volume 1. Volume 2 thing is going to be October 9th. That's going to be Sambi, and if you know about Sambi, he's just a wicked personality. He's Mr. Sambi on Insta as well, go check him out. But that's going to be beautiful. He's like literally Bristol's like Afrobeat superstar. Like, he's incredible. Like, he's wicked,
and he's the headline. But who got on support for that one, do you know?
Oh, there's a lot of it's a long lineup. You're gonna just have to go. You're gonna have to go check it out.
Just basically come along and support it.
Yeah, we got soul on that one. We got some neo soul on that one as well. We got the Afrobeat. We got some bashment on there. It's gonna be a rich night, but there's very few tickets. So I feel like we should have a bigger room. I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah, I think that is when you say you're doing it in the basement down there, isn't it? That's a smaller capacity, isn't it?
It's a little one. It's cozy in there. Yeah, it's cozy. But that's what we wanted. I like the feels when it just feels like you're kind of at somebody's yard.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it's just kind of chilling.
It's got that atmosphere there.
Yeah, the big ones and all of that. Like, it's a little bit.
So are you going to be performing at these? Are you just a boss and running this?
No, I'm going to be hosting.
Oh, you're doing the hosting?
Yeah, I'm going to be hosting the things. I'm going to be hosting. I'm going to be, announcing all of that. And, I'm going to be present. I'm going to be there. I'm organising all of that as well.
I love that. Yeah. No, you're a good host as well. So I think that'll go down well.
I appreciate it. Well, I learned from university.
You see, you heard it there, the best, right? And I'm like, hey, from Teddy said it, it's the truth, right? It's facts. Nah.
Respect.
But on the real, music wise, as much as that's dope, I want to touch on some of the music stuff. Now, what's the plans with the music? What's going on?
I've got so much music. I don't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
And it's all releasable. It's not at a point where I'm like, I need to keep this in the archive anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at putting the tapes together. I'm probably going to drop something like, so I just dropped Silhouette. That just dropped.
Yeah.
I'm going to be performing that one in a bit. That one dropped about a month or so ago.
We played that on the last show before.
Yeah. We played it. I gave you the snippet of it. Yeah. Last minute. Yeah, it was a good one. So I did that. I've got that one. That one came out recently.
Yeah.
I dropped a little beat the other day as well. That was wicked. It was called Big Slay.
Yeah.
That was a good one. That one's out. And then I'm gonna drop another thing in maybe like a month. But I was with Motto Estate this weekend, and that's all I'm gonna say. I'm just gonna say we got together this weekend and we did something, and yeah. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say in terms of them boys.
So for Motto, because I know we touched on it on the last interview and stuff like that, but Motto's like the gang, that's the family, yeah.
Motto's my family, like my creative family. Like we came up together. Well, obviously everyone did their bits already. Everyone already had their stuff going on. Yeah. But it's myself, so me and my twin Tio, we're both from Birmingham, and from around Birmingham, and then we've got Deji's from Liverpool, Morgo's from Liverpool as well. Yeah. We've got Kenzo who's from London, we've got Sid who's from Manny, and it's just a good bag of people, and like everyone has their own styles and that. Yeah. And I remember Zed Ali, which was a studio in Manchester, which Levi's jeans actually like opened up, and it was just a crazy studio, and we're always in there at the same time.
Wait, so there's Zed Ali in Manchester?
No, Zed Arts.
I was gonna say, because there's a Zed Ali
in Bristol. Zed Ali in Bristol. No, that's
oddly enough, I know a guy who worked there called Levi.
No way.
That's mad, isn't it?
That would be bonkers.
Yeah, that's a strange coincidence.
Unfortunately not. It's Zed Arts. That was me misspeaking. I was in Zed Ali the other day. Shout out Emerging Sounds as well. They're doing wicked events at the moment. Yeah, that's the thing. There's people in the industry right now who are doing incredible things, and all they need is just a platform to be seen. So just make sure you're checking out, like, promote, not just myself when I'm talking about this. I'm talking about the whole culture. There's promoters out there. There's Emerging Sounds. Also shout out Bloom as well. They're doing wicked things. GK on Insta. Like, there's people just doing incredible things right now. So just like the Bristol scene right now deserves a lot of attention and a lot of respect in it, but there's just not a lot of people here. Do you know what I mean? So there's not a large volume of people outside of students. So
it's kind of real, isn't it? You notice that every building is getting licked down and they're building student flats.
Yeah, exactly. I
think that goes to show that, like, they say there's 500,000 people here. I reckon we're talking about half of them has got to be students, right?
Yeah. There's so many. Like, you just see it now, like over the past month or something, like everybody's starting to come back from their holidays and that, and like Bristol's almost like not full when they're not about. Do you know what I mean? It affects the culture as well, because it means that when we want to do a show in the summer or in the holidays and that, that's when you really start to see the local community come together.
Yeah, you really bring out the local.
Yeah,
Bristol
you bring
people.
out the local people.
Yeah. If you could fill up a stage in summer in a Bristol club, you really got it with the local Bristol people, innit? You know what I mean? More time, because as you say, it's kind of turning into a student city like that, you know?
It is. Yeah, it's a lot of them. People come and they do really well. And I remember Die Broke said this on where he came on here with the Booth from Max, and he said that people come into the culture and then they usually go off to London pretty shortly after, when they start to get to a point where they elevate at a certain level. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like Bristol deserves, like, do you know what I mean? It needs the attention. It needs to be cherished, because there's people coming in, picking up things and then dipping off. Do you know
so
what I mean?
What do you think's missing from Bristol that would stop them dipping off?
I think platform, attention. Do you know what I mean? Like PR. Do you know what I mean? Somebody to really celebrate these people and really go outside and be like, yo, all of these people are really, really good at what they do, and someone to give them a platform to talk and actually delve into the personalities of these individuals. Do you know what I mean? Because that's what we have, like, everywhere else. We've got young individuals who are kind of leading, like, not narratives, but leading their own narrative and talking, and they're getting seen and stuff like that, and there's community around it. Whereas here, because the young people stay here for only so long and they dip, there's no like long lasting connections where people really start to build something more tangible than themselves, do you know?
So you think, again, that's because it's mainly students?
I think it's because it's not that it's mainly students, but it's because they're mainly students, and the students work up to a point where they realize that, well, they begin to think that there's more opportunities elsewhere, so they go elsewhere. And it's they're basically because there, quite frankly, isn't, like, there is opportunities here, but because there's no platform being like, hey, look, everybody, here's these opportunities for you, the people don't know where to look, so they just pretty much just be like, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna go where everyone else is going.
That makes sense. It makes sense. You know? So what would you say that a platform could provide in that instance then?
A voice, just a voice to be heard by, like, the masses, like, to heal the divide between the young and the old. And so you mean like a platform that's got bare subscribers and bare following and stuff like that? Subscribers, following, and like international, like, registered, you know what I mean? Yes. Not just like the local, like, this is that, like, or like something that's much, much bigger than, like, Bristol.
So what do you think it would take for Bristol to get that?
It would take someone with enough energy and patience to build something and not leave, and then basically use that to the benefit of others rather than themselves.
Yeah, I know it sounds like I'm taking notes because I am. But now, on the real, I think you're right. But I think, it takes people, as we say, younger minds and stuff like that, to come up with what's missing and to see what people are going up for. You know what I mean? So if, just say you went to London for that, what sort of platform was it you'd be looking to go to if it was for that sort of thing, or the next step up? You see what I'm saying?
Well, what company would I go to if I were to go to London?
To do what you said, I'm looking for a platform that do those things. What are the said companies that are doing that in London and different places that you know of?
There are places. Okay, so there's like loads of different places. Like, for example, like, London, obviously, if anybody knows London, the underground scene in London, they know Bellamy Radio. Do you know what I mean? Bellamy Radio, Victory Lap Radio. Like, everyone knows that. Do you know what I mean? NTS have got a station in London as well. Do you know what I mean? All of that. Then you've got up north in Manny as well. Like Manny, they've got all sorts of stuff. They've got like, I don't even know if I can actually even talk about some of them actually, but like they've got some wicked stuff happening. Like Emma Rose, like Clout About, Mars, he's doing bits as well. Like Hurry Day, like all the like youngers, like in all these other places, like they're grafting and like they've built like insane things. And and like, because like there's such a massive platform to like push it out to you. But in Bristol, because like it's really, really tight knit, it's so tight knit that like it's quite easy to get a buzz going, and then like people are like, okay, I'm comfortable with that. But then it's like that only really feeds yourself. Like when you actually have like a platform to do something and say something, it's like, okay, now use it. Do you know what I mean? Like really, really use that stuff. And that's the thing. You go to the other places like London and Manny, and they kind of have this mentality about themselves where they're like, do you know what? I'm just gonna do what I want to do, and I'm just gonna like pursue this thing, and I'm gonna talk about it and like tell everybody about it. And if they don't want to listen, they don't want to listen. Do you know what I mean? But I feel like here, like we're like in Bristol, like there's an element of like it's politeness, like it's well intended. Do you know what I mean? People just don't want to like force things onto people. Do you know what I mean? Which is like absolutely fine. That's what I mean. Like it's a well intended thing. But then people, like we find ourselves in a position where like people don't want to say how they feel about things because like it's just like, oh, whatever. Do you know what I mean? But it's like say your opinion, like talk about things. And like if people don't like what you have to say, then have a conversation about that. Do you know what I mean?
Do you think that's because people are so close knit that they're worried about offending people?
That's the thing, because Bristol's so small. Like this is the thing, when you go outside of Bristol you start to see it, but because Bristol's so small, people are obviously like, you say one thing that's wrong and then everybody knows that you said that thing, and like you're getting turned into this version of you that is basically revolves around this thing that you basically
this
said
thing that become one,
which could just be a conversation. Someone could be like, why is that your point of view? And then somebody could be like, oh well, my point of view is just because of this, and you can have a whole conversation about it. But like, because like obviously like that happens everywhere, like it always happens where people say something, they get passed on and stuff like that. But when it's so tight knit and it's so small, like the margins for error are like a lot tighter and stuff like that. That's how I felt.
But you also think it's a numbers game, just more people in London,
more people, like, because there's more people, like you can pretty much say what you like and someone's gonna agree with you. Do you know what I mean? And it's just, and
I mean that could explain some of the parties they got down there and some of the stuff that's going on, right?
You can say what you like, and then there's the people that agree with you, and like in Manny as well, it's like, and that's relevant everywhere. But I feel like here it's just like, everyone's like really like, everyone's very righteous. Do you know what I mean?
I think it's a deep thing to us. I think it's a
whole thing. Do you know what I mean? It's a whole thing.
I don't think there's like an easy answer, but I think you're getting towards the answer, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's the thing. But the conversations have to be had. You have to have that
to get to the answer.
This is part of it. Do you know what I mean?
And I think it's good for people to see this and stuff like that, because I think. I don't want to be too long because we've got a performance and we've got adverts we still got to do, but I think it's not, so I'm sticking to it. But I think, like, do you not think then with the internet and with like recording studios everyone has access to at their house now, and DistroKid and things like that, the people can't just make it anywhere?
Yeah. We can.
Do you still think people have to go to London and certain places?
Nah, you can do it anywhere. This is the thing. Like, it was the same thing when they had record labels and they told everybody we needed a record. You don't need a record label. It's the same thing in school when the teachers told you that you weren't gonna have a calculator in your pocket. You got a calculator in your pocket now. Everybody does. Do you know what I mean? You got your phone. Like, this is the thing. Like, all these things, you can do it yourself. Like, your YouTube, you can build a house off YouTube. Like, there's no, like, unless you don't want to do that, unless you want to go to school and you want to do it that way. But like, at the end of the day, like, everything I did in terms of literally everything, my music, my like everything I did, I just taught myself everything, like my producing, my engineering, everything. The only time that I ever had anybody help me out with anything is when I worked at Joe Sarsby Management, and I like they helped me learn how to like really be professional about doing tours and events and stuff like that. That was the only time I actually had any tutorship around like the stuff that I actually want to do in terms of my passion and everything like that. And now I'm running like event platforms where we've got like one event every single month, and I've got tunes backed up that I don't even know what to do with. And then I've got this announcement this weekend, you know what I mean? It's just like it takes time and a lot of patience at the end of the day, but like, and by no means am I where I want to be right now, but like it's important to do it, do you know what I mean?
You gotta have that plan though, innit?
Yeah, you gotta gamble on yourself sometimes, you know?
Right, bro, we've got like 7 minutes of the show. I still gotta do some adverts, so we're gonna do the performance. I'm gonna fly into the adverts now. Stick around, we'll be back after this. Teddy Good in the building, let's go.
Different pages.